Hi everyone, this is Jacob from Zambia. I'm a lecturer, and for a while now, I've been having one issue, which is marking several exam papers or test papers for students. So I decided to come up with Gradeflow, which is an AI-powered exam grading with human oversight at every step. So it's in demo mode and it's a proof of concept. You can download the test files over here that you can use because I don't want us to break the system because it's still under massive testing. So these are the features. We're going to have smart extraction, collaborative grading, and we're going to have the ability to switch between on-device and cloud AI-based AI platforms, basically. So this is the flow that we're having. Number one, we set up the exam, we add students, we grade with the AI, and we export the results. Let's get started. So as you can see, Gemini Nano is not detected in my browser. I don't know if this is tied to location, but I have not been able to access it, but I've configured it to work with Gemini Nano as well. So in this case, it has fallen back to Firebase, so we can configure Firebase. I'll put some instructions here. It will just help us create a Firebase project. You register an application, and you'll be provided with a Firebase configuration file. So I've already done that, and the only thing that I will do is I will copy my configuration file, and all that I have to do is paste it over here. I don't even have to touch anything, and then it will autofill everything for me, and you just save and continue. Okay. So as you can see, Firebase is configured, and it has redirected us. We're still in demo mode, and it shows us what we're using. So Cloud AI is active. We'll just create an exam. So right now I'm creating a programming exam because I'm teaching programming, of course. I'm just going to put one. Okay. And here's what we need to do. We need to upload a question paper. I'm sure you saw this. So this is the sample file that I'm testing because this is a setup that we use at my institution, and I'm just trying to stick to it. So I'm going to upload this files, and here we go. So it's going to analyze the question paper and try to extract questions on the paper. So as you can see, there are 5 sub questions. There's one main question, and it's 20 marks. But if you look at this, initially it didn't even have marks, but the AI is going to infer based on the number of questions that you have there. Now this is where the human collaboration comes in. So we have 4 marks, and we can adjust this in case we're not happy with this. We can make adjustments, and it's going to adjust everything. But I think this is reasonably fine. So I'm just going to validate and proceed to grading. Okay, so here comes the second part. Okay, here comes the second part, which is getting student answers, or student details rather. So in this little document that I made, you can notice that I intentionally put student ID as well as the name. So we're going to try and extract that. So select the file, which is going to be this one. And in fact, you could add this manually, but I want to demonstrate because we can have multiple files, and you can download this test file here. So we're going to have the AI extract the student details. As you can see, it extracted the name, which is my name, as well as my ID. And at this stage, we can actually start the grading process. So I'm going to click start, and we're going to select the files. All right. So I decided to cut this file into 2 to just kind of see if it can handle multiple files, even when it comes to extraction. So I'm going to click on extract faster once we have it on local. Wow, so it's done. Now let me just show you something real quick, not to or anything, but notice we uploaded 2 files. So we have what is a variable. This is the answer. So what we've done is we're intelligently using AI to kind of match a question as well as a possible answer. So regardless of the order in which you upload them, we can still try and handle them. But there are more edge cases that we have to handle. Here's another interesting one. How do you declare? So to declare variable in C++, I do the following. So notice we cancel this. So we're also using a proofread. So it's gonna kind of proofread whatever we extract and find the best possible way of presenting the answer to us so that we can also understand it. So what are the common data types? Those are the ones that were chosen. How do you put that? And then here's another one, which is this one. So we pretty much have everything that we need. In case there's an error, you can simply edit the answer, and we can move on. So let's move on to the next part. You can individually grade this, or you could grade everything. Let's click here and see how the grading works. So it goes step by step. It's going to be grading everything, which is pretty cool, I think. So it's still grading. So that's 3 out of 4. That's 4 out of 4. And that's 3 out of 4. So here comes the next part. Now, you have the ability as a lecturer to actually get its reasoning, like why it actually gave this score. And if you decide that, what, I think it's okay, you can mark this as reviewed, and it's going to be marked as reviewed. We can come here, and maybe we say, according to it, it's lacking a more detailed explanation of data types, namely initialization and point of view of declaration. I can say, no, let me give this, I'll just say, fairly explained, right? And then I can save override, and that just changed the result there. And then here, I'll just say mark as reviewed, mark as reviewed, mark as reviewed. Then finally, we can finalize the student, and the student has been graded, and we're given 75% based on, what we graded. And this brings us to this part, so we can see how many have been reviewed and approved. So we've approved. This was on 75%. We can see the results, and here is where things even get more interesting. So completion rate, average score, and things like that. So you can even see the grade that your student got, and you can actually get some insights on the question that was uploaded. Sorry. So here, we get more insights. Most students did fairly well. So the reason why we're having a zero is because no one scored above 70%. So basically, yeah. So we get some little insights. Students clearly understood this point, and in case you want to see the questions, you can obviously see them so that you kind of get more insights into what's actually going on here. So what is a variable? And this actually gives us insight into maybe they didn't understand variables very well, and then I can go back and teach that class. Well, this was my simple system. Hope you liked it.